Welcome back to Soligenix's channel. Hope everybody watching is having a wonderful day, keeping up with members of the team. Today, we're joined by Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, Jonathan Guarino. Now, Jonathan and I have got to talk a couple times, but now finally got him on camera. So we're going to dive into his past. Jonathan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Michael. Thank you.
Good, good. Glad to have you on. So you have a lot of experience over 2 decades, not to age you, but dive into it a little bit. Tell us about some of the things you've done in your career.
Sure. So I think the start of my career really was a conversation that I had with my godfather way back in my freshman year of high school. He's a real estate attorney, and he had steered me towards a career path in accounting. From there, my sophomore year, I took an accounting course, and by mid-year, I was actually tutoring some of the seniors in the class. That led to 3 years of accounting and tax work, doing my family's tax returns, and culminating with a yearbook picture with a caption that says certified public accountant underneath it. So I pretty much knew what I wanted to do from a career perspective right out of high school. I went to Montclair State University, which had a fantastic accounting program that was chaired by Frank Aquilina. And then I had a fantastic professor, Dr. Irene Duma, who prepared me for the CPA exam. So I was pretty confident coming out of university that I was going to get my license. Pretty much had no intention of doing anything else at that point. And then I went right into public accounting at J.H. Cohn, which is now Cohn Resnick, which was a larger medium-sized firm. So being in a larger medium-sized firm, it really gave me a deeper dive into auditing and accounting from soup to nuts. We actually did some of the tax returns for the executives of our clients as well. And then, that gave me another background into SEC reporting as well. I worked for a partner, Alan Markowitz, there, and he ran that practice. And luckily, I fell into that line, and that set me on my path forward towards working in publicly traded companies.
Interesting. So diving into that a little bit, you cut your teeth in this field really early. You got into it real early. You knew it sparked a joy in your life. You liked it. And then you got into the public markets. So then from there, tell me the story from how you got from that point to like joining Soligenix and being the chief financial officer.
It's been a long and winding road. I've been in a lot of companies and a lot of industries, from newspaper, print, and advertising, which also probably dates me a little bit because there's not too many public companies in that anymore, as well as cellular communications and finance at BlackRock at one point. But then, technical accounting in Barnes and Noble, that was a great job that set me up. I think most of my career has been moving from different positions in order to gain the experience to cover everything that's needed for the current position I'm in. I got my first taste of pharmaceuticals at Covance, which is a contract research organization that was bought out by LabCorp, and my first controllership of a company to really run things at a company called Sweet K with a fantastic woman, Kathleen Croddick, who really let me run things so she can go do sales. And then a controllership finally at Contravir Pharmaceuticals, which is now Hepion. I actually worked for a great CEO, James Saperstein. And that led me to reaching out once I had that breadth of experience to get that officer role. And that's the toughest thing, is to break into the CFO role. So I reached out to Deb Hart, who's the president and CEO of BioNJ. This is all about relationships. And she put me in touch with Chris Shaber, our current CEO, who was the chair of BioNJ at that point in time. And he liked my background. He knew I had what I needed to have for the regulatory reporting and SEC reporting side of things. And he gave me an opportunity of a lifetime to step into this position at a great company that had phase 3 assets that were ready to go, and a team of people that was just knowledge on tap, a lot of PhDs. And for a small company, it's amazing who we have on staff.
Yeah, I was thinking about it here while you were walking through that and your background, your past, and I'm kind of really curious. Since you've entered this field, how much has technology made your job easier or more difficult when it comes to like being able to actually go through things?
It's really changed. I mean, when I started out in public accounting, we still had audit trunks, and I was doing schedules on 14 column green paper. And there was a computer lab you went to because you didn't have your own computer.
Mhm.
Now, with technology the way it is, you know, email and the accounting programs that are out there, even our reporting process is so much smoother. There's another side to it though, too, right? So the more technology you get into, the more information that you compile at one time, which is great, but you don't want it to become overwhelming either.
That's fair. Yeah, interesting. So then I guess diverting back to where you are currently sitting today, demystify or deconstruct your role. Like, what are the things that you handle for Soligenix now on the day-to-day basis?
Sure. So my main function really is the financial reporting, both internally and externally, to make sure that we meet our regulatory filing requirements through the SEC and other governmental entities, so our 10Ks and 10Qs. And then it's cash management. I have to look at where our cash position is, manage our cash runway, and then think about the financing of the company to position us to meet our milestones and get to the end of our programs. And in this case, eventually commercialization of our hybrid product at the end of 2023. So those are the main functions. Outside of that, I mean, being in a small company, I also have to do risk management through insurance. I run HR. I do IT. I do business development analytics for potential mergers and acquisitions that we're considering. So the day is never the same for sure.
Fair.
And it's always a challenge, and it's always new and exciting.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely true that on smaller teams, you need people who, while do excel in the specific role they are put in, have the adaptability and flexibility to fill multiple gaps as need be, and it helps steer the ship. It's a smaller ship, moves a lot faster. So, Jonathan, I think you did a great job walking through your past and everything. So, thank you for coming on. If anybody has any other questions for Jonathan, let us know. We'll happily dive into them. But for now, thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Michael. It's been a pleasure.